All right, guys. So today, I'm gonna make this explanation pretty quick. The workout itself is gonna take you some time, so allot yourself a little bit of time. Make sure you warm up really well. Get your mobility stuff in. You can either go through the quadruped stretch or the standing stretch. I don't really care which. Make sure that you go through that. Also, head through your lunge matrix. We're gonna walk through the lunge matrix. We have a separated video for that, so please go check that out. Walk through it with your hands down, hands overhead to get some good rotation, and then I want you to walk through it with your hands overhead again with our mid back rotation, right? So holding them overhead and going through all those rotations. All that explanation is on that video. So make sure you guys go through that before you dive into the next piece. It will take some time, like I said, so allot yourself plenty of time. It is a ladder of each exercise from 1. You're gonna work your way up all the way to 10 and then all the way back down to 1. So you're gonna build up some serious volume in this. So like I said, move through it nice and slow. I am looking for a strength endurance type of workout. So in other words, we should be failing muscularly before we should be failing cardiovascularly. So make sure that you're moving along smooth and steady and slow, right? Just give yourself enough time. Try not to give yourself elongated rests. By all means, please avoid your long periods of rest, but move slow enough that you can maintain a nice steady pace throughout, okay? There are a couple movements that we're gonna do with the sheets and the doors over here. I'll have to move the camera over to that. So I'll walk through the first, the couple of exercises that we have that are not related to the sheets first. Then we'll move back over to our sheet and I'll show you those second, even though they're not clumped together. So I hope that's not confusing for anybody. But anyway, so first off, we're gonna start off with our curtsy squat. And then with the curtsy squat, we're gonna be doing 1 per side, 2 per side, 3 per side, and so on, right? Which looks really similarly to the lunge, except we're staying in our static position. So we're loading evenly on both feet. We're dropping a knee down to the floor and then backing up, and then down and backing up and so on. So that's 2 on each side, right? So we're dropping off to the other side, all the way back and down and up, down and up. Boom, nice and even easy. Make sure you're still trying to face the hips forward, even though we're driving the other leg back behind us. Make sure we're facing the hips forward, right? We're not just turning it into some sort of a lunge, right? We're trying to keep that into a squatting position. Second is actually a sheet chest fly. I'll show you that in a minute. Third, we have our mountain climbers, and that is total per side as well, right? So we're gonna get down our push-up position, boom, load up here nice and strong. Foot comes all the way to the outside of the hand, right? We switch, come all the way to the outside of the hand. I do pick on people quite frequently when they do the whole, right, raising their butt up or doing this weird Irish jig thing, right? We're gonna come all the way up, keep the tush down, switch, keep the tush down, switch, and so on. Cool? From there, we have a half moon. With a half moon, you'll need an object of some sort. You can use a weighted bag, kettlebell, slam ball, sandbag, an ottoman, a bucket full of water. I don't really care what you use. A bucket full of water might be a little stretching it, but with a half moon, we're actually trying to get a good amount of rotation along with a good amount of mobility. So from a good standing position, our kettlebell will be off to the outside of our foot. We're gonna reach down, keeping a long spine with rotation. I'm gonna pick that guy up, bring it up overhead, long position overhead, bring it all back and down. Again, a long spine throughout here. Try not to fold over into that, long spine throughout, right? Backing up and over, back and down, and so on. So up and over, cool? And again, that is 1 per side, 2 per side, 3 per side, and so on. From there, we have a sheet tricep extension. I'll show you with the sheets over there here again in just a second. And then on the back side of this, we have a swing. Again, you can use whatever. I'm just gonna use this kettlebell because it's here and easy. With the kettlebell, we're gonna do 2 times whatever the number is. So like for 1, it's gonna be 2. For 2 is gonna be 4, 3 is gonna be 6, and so on, right? So just a good old fashioned kettlebell swing, boom, boom. I can't stress enough, make sure that kettlebell is more of a hinge, less of a squat, right? Good hinge from there. Long, tall, proud chest, proud through the crown, drive the hips back, pulling forward, and so on. It should be driven through the hips, not driven through the arms. Cool? So make sure you get those swings in. Okay, now I'll show you those sheet movements. Don't mind the mess. Here's a sheet. And I'll do my best. I know that this is the perfect opportunity for a fail video. I have tested this out a couple times, so hopefully this won't fail on me. All right. So for our chest fly, we're gonna load up, we're gonna load forward. I'm gonna load forward here first to make sure that I can get into that position. I'm gonna draw myself up, drop them back and open, and pull them back and up, and so on. Cool. Move nice and slow. Flies are one of the quickest places for people to actually injure their shoulders or their neck, right? But we've been doing this for a bit, so we're trying to get a little more dynamic with it. Again, we're going to keep a soft bend in the elbow. We're going to drive those arms out and away, keeping that soft bend in the elbow. You should feel a decent amount of stress in the pecs and shoulders. Try and reduce the stress out of your neck as you lean out and backing up. That's going to be your chest fly with the sheets. We also have a tricep extension. So from here, I'm going to load them up and out. My arms are long. They're trying to follow the angle of my body, not out here in front. If you want to reduce your weight, you can drop them out here in front and get more into here. We're going to try and keep that body as long as we can, that angle as long as we can, dropping just at the elbows and then rising just from the elbows. Again, releasing just the elbows, driving up from the elbows. Keep that core nice and tight. It's a little bit of extra core work as well. Cool. So I'll mention that again. We have our curtsy squat, allotted number per side. We have our chest fly. We have our mountain climbers, again, allotted number per side. Half moons, the sheet tricep extension, and then our swings, which is twice whatever the number is. It's gonna be a lot of reps. I hope you guys really like it. And just have at it. Make your next one your best one.